Peace, beloved, peace. It's your homie, Young Content, the unofficial sensei of the culture, mastering youthfulness and contentment. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency with our community. I don't even know what the series is called, but we got a special guest. His name is Junior Santana, and we're going to have a conversation. I think it'd be a good dialogue for people to understand, catch something they haven't caught before. So let's jump right into it. Stay tuned. Say what up to the people.
What's up, what up, y'all?
What's up, buddy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Take a seat.
How's going?
You like the set?
Oh yeah, this is nice, man. This is a nice setup. You're doing it, man. Proud of you.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
How you heard about the show?
Man, actually, actually, I don't know if you remember, but when I first started in real estate, you were my first guy. You remember we went downtown, you showed some pictures, and that was my first.
I remember the picture that we were right next to the Lynx station, and you were up the stairs. Yeah, you were rocking that blue shirt.
Yeah, and then you had the really cool one picture that I still have. You should show it later. When we were right next to the Ritz-Carlton, I was sitting down. He took a picture. I was looking into the city. That's pretty cool.
How you been?
Yeah, good, man.
What you been up to? I know you're doing some business moves.
Yeah,
and,
it's been 5 years since we took those pictures. Now,
5 years.
Been 5 years into real estate.
That's when I started my brand. So that's when you started real estate.
Yeah.
So there's been this like syncing that's going on in our community.
Yeah, it has.
And a little backstory on us. I went to high school with him.
Yeah.
Met him when I was 16 years old. I'm like 10 years and a decade into this game.
That's been
a decade in.
12 years, bro.
Yeah.
12 years, high school, smack.
What do you remember? I remember about you. You were very a risk taker. You were ambitious. I know you moved here from Brazil, and you really like adapted well and really just were direct and like a laser in your environment, just soaking it all up, you know.
Yeah,
the
man.
culture.
I always been like a good thinker, like you have, and I always saw potential. I always, I was stay hungry, man. Just
We did some crazy stuff though, you know.
Oh yeah.
Some partying, some racing, some cool stuff.
It's the face.
Yeah.
Young.
So what's the new phase for you now?
Now, I mean, man, life, as anybody else, I'm sure, living life, you come to a point to realize that you have to do something about it. You have to go to work. You have to pay bills. It's not like, all fun and games like how we were back in the days. But so I'm really focused on that. Focus on, I have a wife now. Focus on that. Focus on family, and mainly I am focused on my business too. Just because that's everybody has to have a income at the end of the day, right? And so real estate, like I said, is my baby, and also
we'll plug that in at the end of the show. Have people come, follow you and
for sure
choose this man as a real estate agent for sure. We're episode 27.
All right.
So let's talk about cryptocurrency.
Let's do it.
The infamous cryptocurrency. A lot of people don't know what it is. A lot of people are scared. They run the other way. What got you into it? Why didn't you run the other way? Why did you run toward cryptocurrency?
So I mean, I got back in 2017, which was a good time to get in if you got in right.
The pre-ICO phase.
Yeah, exactly.
The ICO phase where everyone was wanting to buy an ICO.
Yeah, everyone wanted to. I actually got ICO. I bought what's it called?
You bought Ripple?
No, I didn't buy Ripple ICO. Cryptarium.
Okay.
Cryptarium. That's the one I bought at ICO.
Sweet. How'd that turn out for you?
Yeah, it's alright right now. I mean, I have it on my Artchain ledger, which that's the probably only one that don't have a password for it.
Oh god.
But I have it somewhere. I just got to put some time into looking into it.
So your story, you got into 2017 pre-bull run.
Yes, right between 6,000 to 7,000. Then when you got to 7,500, that's when like it spiked up like crazy.
How were you feeling when you saw it go to 10, to 12, to 13, to 14? You, like how did that feel for you?
It's adrenaline. I'm like at home on the computer, and usually I have like 2 screens, and one for like keeping up with business, and the other one keeping up with crypto. And then it's like you don't sleep almost, because once you see your money doubling in a matter of hours. You want to like keep watching it, and it's pretty interesting, but there's a lot of risk into it, like anything else. But right under 7,000 when I got in, and then give that spike, like I mentioned earlier, I have another friend slash client of mine that he's big time into it. Like we both went in head first. You know, we did not know much of it, but we learned as we went, and we really put a lot of time into learning it. Yeah. And we got the bull run. We we made a good amount of profit. Yeah. Once you start going back down, you got to get out of it. You can't, you can't.
You didn't get wrecked, did you? I got wrecked.
Fortunately not, because like when I got in, it was right in the sweet spot. Went up all the way to 19,000 per coin, and when it was dropping back to like 14, that's when I got out of it. So I got in early enough that I could have made a lot more profit, but I rather cut losses and not and not lose everything. So
and you were in the green.
Yeah, I was definitely on the green.
So when it was rising, were you excited? Was this euphoria? Were you telling your friends?
Oh yeah.
Were you shilling on YouTube's comments like buy this coin?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shilling that went on in that time. There's a lot of like.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Hype beasts and just so many people that are just pushing their own coins.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's the Wild West.
Yeah, which at the end of the day, it's just like anything else. I don't feel like crypto, all the coins is gonna last. There's gonna be definitely X amount of coins that are actually gonna succeed and gonna be worth for us. It's gonna be valuable. It's gonna be useful, right, in the future. Which all of them I would say would be the big cap coins, which the ones we hear about, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin,
EOS,
Ripple, EOS. Even a lot of people don't like Ripple just because
the banks,
and that's the whole idea about crypto, not having the banks.
Exactly.
But again, I mean, I feel like the banks and everybody else is gonna innovate with it because it's gonna be our future money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the blockchain? What's the blockchain? As far as I know, it's gonna disrupt a lot of industries, forecasting, real estate. They're talking about tokenizing real estate now. Yeah. What's the blockchain for you?
Well, and the thing is, a lot of people, that's where they get the cryptocurrencies. I guess they got a little misleading on that just because it's not about you buying a little coin. People, why I'm buying virtual money. It's not that. I feel like the main goal about the crypto world is going to be the blockchain. That's the technology behind it, is the blockchain. Which I'll explain a little bit what I feel like blockchain is.
A distributed ledger technology system. Yeah,
which it built trust on that system. Just for example, one of the coins that came out last year, what the whole idea was to get a coin and then the whole blockchain behind it for airplane pilots, because nowadays our system are you're a pilot, right? You go into your hours, but they don't have nothing to really keep track of those hours if you actually really did. Now the blockchain, you keep track of every minute you did, and you could take that ledger to any other company and show it to them. That will be a proof that you actually, and there's no way to cheat it. You cannot add any hours. You have to be done for you to get that credit. So that will give a lot of companies trust on buying the blockchain idea and all that. And another company that they did was, for example, if you have a lot of people like to buy Louis Vuitton, all the expensive items, they have actually like a coin, a blockchain behind it that you can scan it and make sure it's authentic. It was not something bogus that you buy out of the internet or people selling to you and it's fake. You could actually scan it and make sure it's authentic, and you cannot cheat that. If it scans and it's authentic, it is. If not, it's not. So that's kind of the blockchain. It gives trust to people.
It reminds me of like a beehive, as far as how the beehive, the honeycomb in that web of systems, the nodes, people staking the network, people running the hash power to give this data, this open source data, so the pilot can see, yes, like this is open source, like this has been documented. And it's also gonna, I feel like, affect pushing the AI revolution, the automation revolution. FedEx is on board now. You got all these different companies talking about it. And I don't understand why, as far as the mainstream, doesn't really tell these narratives to our community. Very few people in our community know this stuff.
Yeah, it just turns back to like back in when the internet come out or Facebook. Nobody really believes those things till actually it's here. So for example, same thing with crypto. I have people like friends of mine that sometimes I post it, and they really don't trust it till they actually see.
What are they calling it, a scam?
Yeah, or outcome of it. For example, let's say they won't trust that till you actually see a value out of it. Which, let's say, if I were to go and tell everybody, look, I made this purchase of a land. I actually got it from the money that I got it from crypto too.
Yeah.
So that turns into tangible stuff, real stuff.
Yeah.
That's when they really start believing. Oh, okay, this is something, you know. But they don't believe it till they actually see it. And for us that's getting into crypto this early, we do have a bigger vision of it. We see the future revolving around it, and there's a lot of people that's just behind it.
I follow this guy named Andreas Antonopoulos. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Not quite sure.
He wrote the Internet of Money.
Okay.
Really great guy in the space. You should learn from him. I've been learning from him. He said something that we're not the early adopters. We are the lunatic fringe.
Yes.
As far as we're not even early adopters. The early adopters are the ones that are coming.
Yeah.
In the happening of like the late 2019, 2020. We are like the lunatics. Like. Yeah. Studying the internet, investing in Amazon when it was like $5. You know.
Exactly. And think about. Today, Amazon is $1,000 stock, whatever. I think it's 1,400, something like that. Yeah. And who would ever thought, right? Yeah. So it's one of those things people don't believe it yet. Yeah. But once it's here, it might be too late. So it's. But I do try to get all my friends around it. You remember Jason Giselle?
Yes.
He's up in New York now.
Yes. He's into it.
Yeah, he's into it. He got a good amount of Litecoin, which. A lot of people believe in Litecoin, you know.
Charlie Lee and what he's doing.
I like Litecoin a lot. I mean, Litecoin is kind of like the silver of the cryptocurrencies. That's what they say. Just like Bitcoin is the gold.
How do you like vet or filter all these different coins? You know, what I do is I check their repositories on GitHub. I check their coders and how much community they have.
Right.
And what they're putting out on GitHub, which GitHub is like, you know, a platform for open source coding within that team. So
yeah, see, I like to stick with the big cap coins, which that really means that coins that's already being invested on and they actually have something behind it. There's something that
I'm an alt guy. I like the coins that are in the thousands.
Yeah.
So it's
1,000 like price or cap?
Cap, like 1,000 ranking.
Okay, yeah.
The ones in the 600 rankings.
Yeah, exactly. Which
that could get to the 100 rankings.
Exactly. That's the main thing. You want to like always find a coin that's up and coming, and then invest into it. But again, don't just invest on anything. Do like the research. Go look to see what the benefit that company actually does, because like I said, it's a blockchain. It's not just buying a virtual. There's things behind it. So but I do like my favorite ones right now. I'd say is definitely I see a big potential Litecoin.
Why?
Litecoin, just because Litecoin was the second one, right? It's Bitcoin, then Litecoin, and it takes back to that gold and silver. Bitcoin is considered your gold, Litecoin is your silver. Gold, you don't see people trading gold, right? Gold, you buy gold, you let it sit, you hope to make money out of it. But what about silver? Silver is traded everywhere. People trade silver all day. So Litecoin has a faster trading system that Bitcoin does. So a lot of people will like that because you can do things faster, transactions faster, and it has a more to grow.
They integrated SegWit before Bitcoin, I believe.
Right. Which,
SegWit 2x.
Yeah, exactly. And then also another thing, don't comment on this, but they say once Bitcoin actually run out of Bitcoin to actually use the platform, will be transferred to Litecoin. It could be true.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? It could be true. It could not.
Charlie Lee, put this man on your team.
Hey, Charlie.
Absolutely.
Well, if he didn't quit on us.
Did he quit?
Yeah, he quit.
He took his bag too. He's not with Litecoin anymore.
No. Well, see, that's the big thing back in 2018 and 2017.
Is he starting a whole nother project?
17. I don't know. Actually, since he took off Litecoin, I was like, forget you. I don't give up on Litecoin. You did.
There's one coin I'm looking at right now that has a really big team, and they're really doing a lot of good stuff in their code and updating with their community. It's called Artchain. Artchain. So Artchain is something. Alt season is upon us very soon. I don't really know what's going on. I just dropped you a gem, whoever's watching, but I got a lot of gems within me. There was times where I was investing in altcoins, and literally, there's one I got 1,000x on last year.
Awesome.
Called Snovio.
Okay, yeah.
And I got 1,000x on that. Bought it at fractions of a cent, and it went to 60 cents.
Yeah.
And you know, they know on the channel that I've lost my entire portfolio due to a robbery in LA. So this whole journey here, and even talking to you, is just a part of the whole time capsule of me getting it back, having a community around me, building roots.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But Alto are my favorite. I know there's a lot of BS going on in crypto as far as like Craig Wright and people like Roger Ver. I'm not a big Roger Ver fan. I watch, who's some stuff people you watch on the YouTube for your news and your updates? And
there's this guy George, Asian guy, and he's literally one of the first ones I started following. He's pretty nice. He's
not shilling, right? He's not a shill channel or nothing like that. He's not messing around, trolling, no.
No, he's about investing and. But to him, you got different investors. You got your long-time investors, or you got your day trade investors, right? But main-wise, you want to have two portfolios. You want to have your Bitcoin one, or whatever other coins you believe on, but it will be a long-term. For example, Litecoin, they say it's supposed to be at 25% what Bitcoin is. So if you think about Bitcoin at 10,000, Litecoin should be around 2,500. Yeah. But today you could buy Litecoin for $110.
Yeah, it's a value.
It's a value. So it's you know, that's one of those things you want to buy it now and just hold it. You know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that coin could very well be worth $3,000.
And as they get stable, I guess they go compartmentalized. They get fractioned out for like real world transactions.
Right.
Gas. Tax fare, Uber, you know.
So yeah, I do like George. He's definitely going to be a long-time holder.
Yeah.
He believes, which I think is a little bit too much, but he believes Bitcoin could go all the way up to $1 million.
Yeah. I realistically, in like 40 years, I see it going around 300,000 by like 2030. You know,
maybe even before.
Yeah.
Maybe even before, but definitely most of the YouTubers you're going to look up. Most of them believe that 100,000 is definitely going to hit.
And a lot of YouTubers now, speaking of YouTube, they don't know if it's going up right now at the levels it's at, or it's going to go down. Like me, I believe it's going to go sub 3K. Someone like you, I don't know what you think. You know, I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers I say in that aspect that are just like, it could go up, it could go down.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I feel like it's going down. I don't even think it's going to go up.
Yeah, which that's one of the things about crypto. Each person has to do their research.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, in YouTube, and the same thing. You're going to go up, you're going to go down. Yeah, we know that's going to happen.
Yeah, no. Give me a direction.
When is that going to happen? So that's what you want to learn. When is it going to go up? When is it going down? Why? Just because you want to buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
Or if you want to do a trade, right? Or you could just, as right now, I believe if you see Litecoin under $120, $150, just buy. Stack up, buy it.
Yeah, dollar cost average.
Same thing with Bitcoin, under $10,000, buy. When it gets to 20,000, stop buying. But you should accumulate enough to once it gets to 20,000, you just ride the wave to get to 100,000. Then you cash out, or you know, you get your profit, invest some more, and do what you got to do. But definitely do your research. Yeah. Listen to what other people do and say, but you each have to learn and know when to get in, when to get out, because no YouTuber really gonna like.
And you learn that how? Through experience, through failure?
Yes, or number one thing and I would say this with anything you do in life, business, or especially in crypto world, don't be greedy.
Yeah.
Don't be greedy. If you see that your coins went up 10%, 15%, 20%, and could go up 50%, get your 20% profit.
Tell the people, like, you just made a trade that was good. You know, you took your profits where you needed to.
Yeah, it was like on Monday, I took out about 20%, 15% profit, and it went up. I got out like Bitcoin Cash, for example, was like 440. I sold what I had. It went up all the way to 480.
What's it at now?
Right now, it went back to like right now it's like 450, something like that.
Yeah, with the potential to even go down more.
Yeah, it's looking to go down more. So what I'm really saying is that I sold it at 440, went up to 480. Yes, I could have held it and made more money, but it
Yeah.
could have went down.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with my 20%.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not
Good
gonna
job
be
on that
greedy.
trade.
Yeah, man.
Good job on that trade. That's good knowledge for me too, because
Yeah.
I gotta know when to take profits.
Yeah, and
You know?
yeah, just don't be greedy, man.
Yeah.
Take a profit, wait, because you know everything that goes up comes back down.
Yeah.
And if you look at the past month, Bitcoin went up 70%.
Yeah.
70%. That's ridiculous. That's a lot. It's gonna have a revaluation and it's gonna come down. That's when you buy.
Yeah,
wait
but
for
everyone's
the
like,
next.
oh, it's gonna go to 15K. I'm like, they could pump this thing up all the way up how much they want to, but
They could.
You know, this chart, it needs to find support.
It
Like-
does.
Like, needs to find real support. I really believe there's a lot of manipulation going on. That wick that happened yesterday was hit 9,000 and then dumped right
Oh, yeah.
down 8,000.
It was
You
crazy.
seen that? $1,000 lost in a matter of like 2 minutes.
It was literally like well, I was telling you about my friend client Jose, his name. He texted me. He's like, he just hit 9,000. By the time I picked up my phone and looked at it, it was all the way back to 8,000. I was like, no, he didn't. But he did. But
Yeah.
so many sell orders at
Yeah.
9,000 that just went all the way back down. But again, we need this right now. We need the fall back of it. Like I do wish that gets back down to around 6,000 because that's where you're gonna build the support that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And but we're gonna have a pullback, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then, but after this pullback, I feel like if you haven't got into it, watch for the pullback,
Yeah.
get in it,
Yeah.
and just wait. And,
Also,
and
I
ride
heard
it
that
out.
the CBOE futures ETF expires
Yeah, he did.
today.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
what
today
new.
or-
It's the end of the May.
Okay.
End of May. I don't know.
Yeah.
On the 31st.
Yeah, today's the yeah.
Yeah.
should
So
be today.
I'll check the news to see if it expired. You know, there's also talks of a lot of billionaires and a lot of banks getting involved.
Yeah.
But I don't even think they're going to get involved right now. I think they're going to wait to a pullback. There's also talks of Backed, you know, which is like this big financial institution, you know, Wall Street. What's your opinion on just mainstream
All right.
adoption?
I feel like, and that's just with any big companies.
Because they were talking
don't
crap
lose.
before.
Yeah.
Like Warren Buffett
That's what I'm saying.
and
They-
Jamie Dimon.
I mean, they are big companies. Big companies, they got money. They know what they're doing. They got many resources to look at this way more than we do, right?
Yeah.
But I know that blockchain is something, a lot of big companies already have that. They use that. But I feel like they don't want us to really get in it before they get in it.
Yeah.
They want to hold as much as they can.
Of the wealth.
Yeah, just like it is today with the wealth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's
1% own like 99% of the
exactly.
wealth.
And I feel like this is something that makes them scared because they see us, the people,
Yeah.
now have a say-so into something that future-wise could be something big
Absolutely.
that will have control of it.
Absolutely.
And I feel like they definitely don't like that, but there's not going to be a way around it.
Yeah.
So
The
what
only
they're
way
gonna
around
do-
it, you got to shut the internet off, but that's against your interest.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. What I feel like they'll do, they will also get on it
Yeah.
and hold as much as they can, just
Yeah.
like they hold nowadays as
Yeah.
much as they can. So
Absolutely. Or make regulations like that passed. A congressman that was trying to ban cryptocurrency
yeah,
in the news.
yeah. See that's
Like banning, something like that. Like, you know, I really, what's your opinion on money? I say that money is not a thing of a place, it's a thing of the mind.
right.
Money is like, I say this $1 and you agree in full faith that this is
Exactly.
$1 and that value translates
Yeah,
to other world things.
right.
This is like changing the way money is being seen.
It is. It's kind of like one I read it once before. Think about a stadium. You know, Panthers, for example. Who owns that? One person owns that, right? Now, the crypto world, it gives you opportunity to also buy a piece of it before it's something. Which, think about if the Panthers Stadium, I mean, the guy is a billionaire. I'm sure he makes enough money. But think about if you also could get a piece of that. Everybody could get a piece of that.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's the things that they get scared of because all this ICOs and crypto and this coin, you buying a share of it basically. You know, and if everybody has a share of it, everybody making money versus one person making money.
Yeah, and it really takes from I always say, I don't like to lead by position. I like to lead by influence.
Right.
From the bottom up. It's not no trickle down economics anymore. Literally everyone's staking these coins and invested in this network are going to do everything they can to build that up.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully not cutting each other's throats in the process.
Yeah.
And giving back. And you know, I know it's helping India right now. I know it's helping Sudan. I know Akon is investing in a crypto city in his hometown in Africa.
Venezuela is looking to it because you know how things are done
Argentina.
down there. Yeah, Argentina.
I was talking to an Argentinian man in New York telling me about it as well. Really optimistic.
And you know, the big players, the Chinese, they look into it. They got some positions.
They've been on crypto since we've even adopted it.
So you know, those things that it tells you, you know, don't be the last one.
Yeah.
And definitely look into it. And I feel like a lot of things happen too, like you're talking about the congressman that wants to ban crypto, right? But they have to realize that this is now it's our time. It's the millennials, right? So at the end of the day, they don't have the brains we have. They, you know, it's not, you know, they're in different stage. They're in different phase than we are. We see things differently from they do at this point. So I feel like the congressman like him, he shouldn't be the one calling shots on something that us, the people now, want to have, want to invest on, want to make something out of it.
It's like calling shots on the internet, and I know they're taking a lot of things, you know, to censor the internet, censor voices on the internet.
Yeah.
It's like how can you explain the internet? You can't really explain it. It's just a part of your daily life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like in this cryptocurrency and the blockchain, it's something that won't be explained. It's just be part of your daily life.
Yeah.
And I don't see how politics can dictate that. You know, in a sense, like politics trying to dictate the internet. It just doesn't make no sense.
Which is that's why like one of those things that where's your freedom, right? Like we have all this freedom, but we really don't.
Yeah.
You know,
people are sacrificing safety for freedom.
Yeah, and you know, I don't have nothing against the government, but I also do see how the government can stop us from doing things that we want to do or invest on something. But like, why?
I feel like if they did that, people would just move. Then they'll go to like Singapore or Liberland or these places, these utopias that are being built.
And they think people. I mean, it would, but like think about
because they're going to be able to. They're stunting innovation, you know. And if you want to get left behind on that innovation, then we're going to go innovate over here.
True.
You know.
True.
And build technologies and you know have a sense of like not having to pay bills and die. I feel like crypto allows people who get in early to not pay just pay bills and die. Yeah, you know.
And that's one of the saddest thing in life. I feel like is working just to pay a bill. You know, that's just not. Yeah. I feel like so a lot of people, a lot of people live like that, and I see other people living differently. You know, and you can definitely tell, whether we like it or not. Like you brought it up about money. At the end of the day, this time and age, money does count for a lot of things. You know, if you don't have it, you're either gonna be stressed out, or if you have a bill up income and you gotta pay that bill, it's gonna stress people out, and it's unfair for
the isms, classism. It's just the isms of life.
Yeah, it's I feel like there's way too much resource for everybody to have a piece of the cake. Yeah, and not struggle.
Absolutely. How do people get involved? I know it's hard to buy coins on like a Binance, or you know, it's very. When I learned, it was a really steep learning curve.
It is, especially if you don't have no.
And how to trade and like what sell order to put in and limit order, limit buy order. It's like a lot. So
it's almost a job in itself. If you really want to get into it, and I'm sure if you want to get into it, you don't want to lose money. But like I said, nowadays I feel like it's a good time to get in, just because. We have way too much to grow, so if you have some money saved up somewhere, if you have extra cash somewhere, it's kind of throw it into the bank. Just throw it there. You never know what's going to happen a few years from now, but everything shows that a few years from now, whatever you put into today, you're going to profit from it.
Absolutely.
So main thing is really like look at the coins you buy. I would say before it started, stick with the number 10 coins, you know, and then once you get a feeling of those, and then you start going to your Binance and buying all the other altcoins and actually like know what you're buying. But it's definitely a learning curve, and
was it hard for you?
It was, but like say Jose and I, we put in a lot of time. We did put a lot of time around
in the trenches.
Yeah, we did.
And
like I mean, I like to invest and I do good at it, but he's on a different stage in life and he's invest. I'm talking about if I have $1,000 into it, he might have like 50,000 to 100 grand into it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's a big time player. Which when you're playing that high, you're gonna know all the ins and outs of it, right? Yeah. Which he really studies it. He's a smart guy too, so I learned a lot from him, and he learns a lot from me, and we both go on the internet,
it's good
YouTube,
to have community.
Yeah, and like we learn from others, and we bring it together, and it's pretty good. I mean, he's smart, and
what I would say for me is to know the investing savvy of the top 10, but also know security. You know, really secure your bags.
Yeah,
exactly. Really secure your private keys. Really store these in multiple places. Write in invisible ink if you have to. Get a tattoo. Or memorize it, because me losing my private keys and not remembering anymore is devastating. You know, there was an example. I bought the first ever virtual real estate called Decentraland. I was on the ICO, the pre-ICO phase, and I got 2 parcels, 2 properties that were being developed in VR. Have you ever seen Ready Player One?
No, I have not.
The Steven Spielberg movie.
Oh, okay.
Check it out. That's just it's just ushering in the future of virtual reality and the economy and real estate that comes in that. People, you know, going into virtual reality as a second life.
Which is coming.
Which is coming, you know, and the gaming economy as well, that they're going to be able to earn cryptocurrency. I would say my keys of advice is be secure. Yeah,
and what he really means about that is that if you deposit your money to the bank and the bank lose your money, you call the bank and they're going to give your money back. Now here in the crypto world, if you lose your wallet, you lose your keys, you lost your money.
Yeah,
whatever
you
you
can't
have.
tell the bank to print me a new key. There's one key. That's one generated key.
So there you go. You are your own bank.
Yeah.
So that's where you take control of your own stuff. So yeah, for example, even Jose himself, he lost his Binance login. He had a phone, and then that phone had all his information. He reset the phone to sell the phone and totally forgot. Now he don't have access to his Binance.
What is Authenticator? Google Authenticator?
Yeah.
Password that you have to enter?
Yeah. So like,
I keep my second phone. It doesn't use, but it's in my drawer.
Yeah, and that's
just to cap it.
Yep, and it's just one of those things. Sometimes you don't really think about it. Now that he needed to log in to Binance, all right, let me pull everything up. Oh crap. I sold that phone. I don't have that phone anymore. So he hasn't been able to get on Binance. So he has few things left over there. He's gonna try to work something out with Binance, but it's hard. It's not like, you know, it's hard for you to get your key and your money back.
It's pretty damn near impossible.
Yeah, it is.
Until like 2 years, someone develops an algorithm.
Yeah. Well, his hope is that now he's gonna provide all, you know, because once you open up your Binance, you gotta provide your information. So he's gonna try to provide all that and link the accounts.
Yeah. Are you trying to go to any like cryptocurrency conferences, consensus?
Actually, I do. I do. Yeah.
I would like to attend more. I would like Charlotte to host some.
Yeah,
maybe eventually. That'd be nice.
I'll definitely be there if Charlotte does it. Or I mean,
you might be speaking. You might be on a panel.
Who knows? You never know. But I'll also be down to you know. I think the last one was in New York or Miami, something like that.
Yeah, the last one was on the first week of May consensus.
Yeah, so
2019.
We could definitely always go to one of those. I think it's really not expensive, like $400 to attend it.
Yeah, it's a network though.
Yeah, it's, you know, networking, plus you learn things that these people, I mean, like us, we invest time into this, but there's people out there they eat and sleep and do everything in crypto world.
Yeah, just to know those like what you think about Vitalik? What do you think about Ethereum?
Ethereum, that's actually a good that we're talking about. Money-wise, now I feel like it's super cheap. It has a lot of way to go, and it is your second cap coin. It's you know, your most second one after Bitcoin. Every time I bought it, I end up losing a little bit of money on it. I don't know what happened. Every time I bought it, it go up. I will not sell it, but that's when you're greedy. I should sell it. Now it will come back down.
Because it hit like a 1,500, maybe like 1,300.
Yeah, it was right 12 to 1,500. Yeah. And today's 250.
250.
So if you really look at the all-time high,
I'm low-key trying to buy Ethereum at like $75. I'll tell you that's my
big
prediction.
Hopes.
That's my hopes.
You have big hopes. You have. I'll tell you that if I hope so.
It hit 75.
Yeah, I hope that your hopes
Yeah.
comes to life.
Because you'll be accumulating.
Oh yeah, because at that point, like I highly doubt we see Bitcoin under 5,000 again, and
I doubt we're gonna happen soon. I'll
Yeah.
give it July.
See, I doubt this. This guy.
This is good. This is good. This is good combo.
Yeah. So I mean, if he does, hey, stack up. You know, that's probably whatever pullback we have.
And if it
now,
doesn't, I'm buying.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You know,
Whatever,
I'm not gonna miss a rocket ship.
Yeah, don't miss it. And whatever pullback we have now, I definitely feel like will be the last one.
Of course.
If we get this pullback, buy it.
It's just all these things are lining up to me. You know, like what happened in Mt. Gox. We weren't around for that time, but I've been hearing the narrative, or the hack of Mt. Gox that took crypto from 1,000 all the way down to 100.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a lot of just manipulation within. There's always these new con men that come in, and you know, I watch this channel called Chico Crypto, and he does the real research. Like, he literally is like looking at the repositories, the code. He has analysts on his team, and I really think that there's some real big manipulation happening with Tether, you know, and money's being moved like big time, and they could literally, I think they're literally just creating this bull run, this bull trap, to get this FOMO high. And it's like it happened in 2017. This is like this mini bull run that has been modeled of the early 2018 phase.
Yeah, yeah.
And I agree with you. I wait for another capitulation, and then this thing is gone.
Yeah, and then I do have another friend of mine, because he believes the same thing that you believe. He says that he believes that Litecoin is going to drop to $55.
I believe it.
If
I
that
have to
does,
agree with him.
If that does, that would be awesome in an extent, and then also it's like,
it'd be awesome for you.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be awesome for the audience watching this stuff, whoever is grasping this knowledge and who's intended.
Yeah, and then and like I mentioned earlier, I do have a few followers on Instagram that they always ask me about it, and this is perfect for you that I always ask about it. Learn, follow. Ivan, follow us.
Follow him,
yeah. Follow me, because eventually you never know. But I do spend a lot of time looking to this, and you never know, man. There's a lot of people that change their whole life out of this, and
I literally will push anybody's channels that's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, I really would push, because there's a lot of YouTubers that are not doing the right thing, that are getting paid out by these big corporations to just tell something to push their coin.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really want to associate that. Even if I do make it, I don't even want to have to like take deals. And if I do, I want to be transparent on my audience.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the main thing you gotta focus on. It's, you know, your audience, and just don't follow this big guys, because I do feel like a lot of them are just in for the money, and there's a lot of people it's more of the technology on it. That's what's gonna bring us the future, versus just like, oh, let's get quick money.
What's some stuff in the technology aspect that inspires you? Just
like the whole idea of the blockchain, of, you know, not you taking more control of your own stuff versus you depending on the bank. For example, I did this. My uncle, he opened up an account in Brazil.
You're Brazilian, right?
Yeah.
So that nation needs love. Bro.
Exactly, and Brazilian people, a lot of them invest in Bitcoin nowadays. And my uncle, he opened an account, and we transfer Bitcoins from his account to my account in a matter of 15 minutes. And that was kind of long time.
Imagine with the bank, you got to go through like.
Oh man!
What you got to go through the bank?
You have to do a wire transfer, but international.
It could take 28 days sometimes.
Yeah, international, it takes I think it was at least a week, something like that, week to 2 weeks, and all verification. You have to come in, you have to sign paperwork, you have to do all that. But us, when it transfers, literally, all right, put his number down.
The blockchain makes it.
Yep, was there within minutes. It's kind of like one of those things. It easy things for us. You know, feel like even up in New York, my friend Jason, he lives there. One of the big Brazilian steakhouse there, they are accepting Bitcoin as a payment.
Beautiful.
There's a lot of business out there, like bigger city, New York and stuff like that. They already accept Bitcoin as a payment. They have Bitcoin ATMs. Yeah. So like that tells you that it's coming.
It's amazing.
It's definitely coming.
For you to be like 50 years old and tell your children's children.
Yeah.
Like I was on the fringe of the internet. Like I was on the fringe of a new gold rush or a new revolution in technology.
Yeah, which it's gonna happen just like it happened with our grandparents. You know, like when they were growing up, like
Industrial revolution.
Yeah, they went through that, and now there's a time. See, a lot of time people forget that our whole system, like school system, every kind of system is behind. You know, everybody needs to come in and revolutionize everything and bring in new system, new school system. I mean, you see so many times like the kids nowadays, they don't get education. You know, you go, me for example, when I left high school, we tried to buy a car, and when we would buy a car, I had no credit, no nothing. They'll look at us like, no, we had money for the down payment, but we had no credit. Like, that's the stuff you don't learn in school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the stuff that schools need to start learning, how you build up your future, and not just, I feel like they teach you how to be in debt, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, I feel like everything needs to be innovated, and I feel like the crypto world is going to innovate a lot of things,
It's going to happen fast, too. It's going to happen real fast. You know, I've seen some of these teams, they have like 100,000 coders just working on updates and wallet ledgers. And what I really look forward to, too, besides the security and just the whole wealth accumulation, is the governance, too. Like how this technology is going to, Web 3.0 is going to allow for like self-governance within organizations, within tracking their payments, within voting for upgrades, voting for who's in power. Like, it's really going to change government too.
Which, you know, like, I feel like a lot of us are not into the government like we should be, you know, following up, and because it is our future, it's like our kids' future, you know, and
we should have a sense of community and leadership inside our own type of self-governance, you know, that we trust internally, not just something that's given externally. We don't have. We are so separate from it.
Exactly.
And we just have to vote perpetually with no kind of like say in whether like choice or wealth.
Yeah,
you know?
at the end of the day, sometimes you're just voting to vote versus like into something.
Yeah, we've been dropping knowledge. We've been dropping knowledge here.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
Do you want to help Brazil as far as?
Man, I want to help as much if I can. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, the business I opened up with, you know, the real estate, the hardwood floor business, and the cleaning business. That's just literally to help people around, you know, because at the end of the day, you want to provide. I see the potential, you know. I see how big corporations make money. Like, we wanna like eliminate that. You wanna be the middleman versus them be the middleman. So it's really good because, you know, I like helping. I like giving people a job or stuff like that. So yeah, as much as I could help Brazil or anybody else that I could help, as long as you want to be helped, right? Because there's a lot of people that they want help and they want to grow, they want this, but they want it, but they don't do it. They just, you know, they want you to pick them up and put them on the spot versus, hey, work.
Yeah, I'm down, you know? to throw the rope down your way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You just gotta climb.
Exactly.
I'll help you out. Pull it up with you as you go. But
I'll help you pull it up, but I cannot do it all. You know, for you. You gotta want it, or if you don't want it, it's just gonna be a waste of time. And nowadays we can't waste time. And
yeah, and with this, this is another side topic, but YouTube, they have a lot of bosses on YouTube, a lot of fake bosses, as far as those that are selling a dream that I really don't believe in, and they're pushing, you know, I've been in sales and marketing my whole life. I've been in the multi-level marketing. I've been into the cold calling and just, you know, leaving high school, I dropped out of college and just going into the sales force. And there has been nothing where, you know, my point is like this. It's a time for us where we're transparent with our community, that we'll grow with them, because there's a lot of people being burned by fakeness and a lot of people being burned by false dreams. And
it's funny because I was talking to Jason about this, and he lived in New York, and he got to study a little bit about what's the guy's name, MacGyver. I might get some heat from this one. I know a lot of people like him, but the way he came up, nowadays if you follow him on social media, he's all pumped up and this and that. You gotta go after. If you go after, you're gonna get it, and blah blah, which is true to a certain extent. But sometimes when you're already on that level and you portray something that it didn't happen to you, you know, you got lucky to somewhat be where you at. Yeah, you had to do what you had to do, but for example, his dad had a wine business that they had a store to sell wine, and then he just, when the internet comes around.
What are you talking about, Gary Vee?
Yeah.
You said MacGyver.
Yeah, well,
Gary V.
Gary V, that's his name, yeah, whatever, yeah, Gary V, yeah. So he started selling all those things online, which it was just a perfect time for him to do it, but he already had a foundation which his dad built, right? Now, how can you build your own foundation without somebody's help? And I feel like a lot of us nowadays struggle with that. For example, I didn't have no foundation before, you know, like
Elon Musk had $300,000 to start with.
Exactly,
you know?
or that's what I'm saying, like
there's not really no bootstrap economics that you're saying. You know?
Exactly, so it's kind of like, how do you have that foundation when you never had it? How do you build that?
Yeah, exactly.
For example, he already had a foundation. I mean, he was working for his dad, selling his dad's wine online.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time that you're gonna, you know. But
and I agree with you too, 100%. Like, there's two different animals in this game.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? Like, you're an animal, but you've been groomed.
Yeah,
I'm a wild dog.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. For example,
I gotta find my food.
One of the last videos I saw that he posted was talking about, oh, if you don't have a job, go to I don't know, a grocery store, buy a pack of candies, and go to the intersection, sell them. Yeah, that essentially works. But how about if you go there for a whole month and you really cannot sell enough to pay your bills? You're not gonna do that. You're gonna have to go and actually find a job that you're gonna be working under someone that essentially never really gonna grow because you didn't have the opportunity to really pick something off that's already started. Does that make sense?
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, so it's kind of like how he's gonna like portray to like his followers that it's that easy. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Maybe it was easier for you just because you already had the foundation.
Facts.
You had to.
And not a lot of people talk about it. They're just on the cities and shit.
And that's a lot of thing with the social media nowadays and everything else. YouTube is that they don't show the before or this and that. And it makes a lot of people think, oh, I can never do that. Yeah. Because you see them already like up here. It's like, oh, how am I ever gonna do that? Yeah. But there is a process that either I respect a lot the people that it started with no foundation.
Yeah, like you. You started with no foundation. I remember when you were a kid, you had nothing.
I mean, I came here, I didn't even speak the language.
No, you didn't speak the language. You were just very a good light. You had a good light about you. You didn't know anything. I don't think you didn't know about money. Your mom. Yeah. I know your mom. I know your brothers. You guys were living on the east side. You know what I mean?
We were just living in an apartment
on East Village somewhere.
Yeah, right there. Right down the road. So it coming from a family that my mom and my dad who they separated while I was very young. I think it was like 8 or 7. So
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? And you need to document this stuff because those are good narratives. You're a good soul.
And especially like coming from a different country to here and being at 27 years old now, I do feel like I'm behind, but I do stop sometimes, and I appreciate everything I've done and all the hustle we done. But like as I was telling you earlier today, I struggle every day. We still have the struggle every day because I mean, your struggle is different from mine. You might be struggling about something and I look at it like, oh, why are you struggling about that? Like you shouldn't, but to you it's bigger than what it is to me, and coming in here not knowing the language and going to high school, middle school, learning the language, learning the culture. And I think that's the biggest thing about the United States is that you learn the culture, because the American culture and all the other cultures that come in with, like I learned Spanish in school. One of my best friends, he speaks Spanish, and I stuck with him. Didn't know English, learned Spanish first, and then learned the English in class. And
did high school like fail you, or did it give you a lot of good things?
So a lot of people probably don't know this, but I am a high school dropout, right? Oh, wow. Yeah. So one of those things that people always.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. So one of those things that a lot of people and you see it, and it's true. I mean, today, like I've run 3 businesses, which is my business. Of course, is always I'll say mine, but like it's not just mine because I know I cannot do it by myself. I got my sister helping on her part of it. I got my brother helping. So it's like, but I was the one that basically bought it up. Like I had the mindset of like, no, yeah, I am a high school dropout, so I'm gonna like really like go after this because I just high school really didn't help. Weren't you asking me taxes and credit and stuff like that?
I feel like it low-key helped us getting
personality.
to evolve as far as like what we truly want from what we don't want. You know, like being able to go in a cocoon to then spread wings as a butterfly.
Yeah, but sometimes I think back to like, it's just I never liked this school, right? And I still don't to today, but I do see that if I really did focus on it and went to school, I would have succeeded as well, you know. But some people are made for it, some people are not. I definitely don't see myself.
What would you have been doing, like doctor, economics, or?
I do like laws.
Yeah.
I like law school. So that's one thing that future-wise, if I were to ever have the opportunity to go back, I'll go back and study law. That's one. Well, I think that's literally the only thing I ever like, you know, imagine doing it, just because I like the right and wrong. I like the right. Yeah, I like differentiate what's right and wrong, right? Yeah. So having laws, I like that perspective of it. So, and
that's awesome. That's awesome. Who knows? You could be doing that at 33. I know I started this YouTube channel. What do you think about the channel?
I love it, man. It takes me back into 5 years ago, and you also just started. You know, we went downtown. We snapped some pictures of when I started real estate, and then. Now
I started a glory.
And that's another thing too I want to tell people is that everything takes time. You know, like I have friends and I have like people that you start doing something for 6 months and it doesn't work and you give up on it. 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, that's nothing. That's nothing. Like even with the real estate business, I mean 5 years now, right? This last 2 years is really when like things, you know, were. It's good. It's like I'm not, like too worried about the future. I feel like it's gonna now. It's everything's settling in. But the first year, 2 years, 3 years, I have my concerns. Like, is this really it? Am I doing the right thing?
A lot of people get lost and they just quit on that.
Yeah, quit.
That stage.
And that's with everything. Whatever you do, like do it. Just do it and don't give up on it. And I worked at SHIMA, the Brazilian steakhouse downtown. When they first opened, they opened in 2009, 2010. I started right when they first opened, and this is a multi-million-dollar company, right? The owners, they're millionaires. SHIMA is just.
Are they Brazilian?
Yeah, they're Brazilian. They own so much things. SHIMA to them is just nothing really. It's just they kill time, But that company, the only way it succeed really is just because they have so much money to keep it up. Because that was the first. 3-4 years of SHIMA, they made no profit. They will be open up and like maybe 2-3 tables come in a restaurant that fits 500 people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it took time, but look at them nowadays. They successful now. Now it's packed almost every day you go there. Absolutely. So but yeah, it is a big corporation, but that shows you that even them having money, they still didn't succeed in the first years. Whatever we do nowadays, your first year, 2 years, man, don't worry about it. Just keep at it.
Documenting your life at this point, at 27, what do you hope to do if you do catch a big check? As far as a legacy, what do you think? Legacy is greater. What is legacy or greater? What is greater, legacy or currency? And what is your legacy that you want to leave?
I would say, man, and that's a thing. A lot of my friends heard me saying this. I'll probably never be, rich, millionaire, anything like that, because I'm not greedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like whatever I can get, I'll just give it back. Or I wouldn't let's say just give it back. I'll build things to give back. So like, you invest in more companies or creating another company. For example, my brother-in-law, right? He's at a job now. He's been taking care of he got kids, so he's take care of the kids. But he likes being out there and doing things. I did think already about opening up a long care company, because that's something that he knows how to do. He done it and he would do it. And then I'm helping him doing that versus just giving him money, which sometimes people don't appreciate that as much as you building them up. Look, this is yours. Go build it up. Take it to their heart. And
you're really out here changing people's lives. I know you employ some of your people in your family, and
my
really awesome.
Sister-in-law, she just got
good job doing that.
Yeah, appreciate it. She just got her real estate license. She working under me, and then my sister, my brother with the other companies, and
with Leo.
No, Leo, he's gonna come back. Leo. You're gonna come back when he comes back to
Yeah, he might get into crypto.
Yeah, when he gets back. Yeah, actually, he has. He opened up an account. He bought like a little bit. He put a little bit in there. It's good, even though if you just go and buy like $100, $200, do it and learn a lot about it. You know, next thing you know, you really know.
With some of my long-term plans, because I think when we speak, it's magic, especially on camera.
Yeah.
There's some manifestation that happens to it. You know, I want to be able to start my own factory, you know what I mean?
Okay.
The Ill Glory factory, and have like where people can learn how to film and edit and also get products, and also have music venue, you know, where we have a banging music venue in there, and there's a bar, and you know, we use hemp, you know, we use not sustainable plastics and biodegradable things, and we just set the tone, you know, we set the tone. And I would love to have that in Charlotte. I would love to get into the robotics field, as far as like having a robotic that you know, not only the government can issue, like engineer it with my team. You know?
Exactly.
Give decentralized diversity in robotics. Technology is a big thing. Clean energy, you know. There's
and just like you're saying about what you want to do. For example, this is what you're doing with the videos and all. Man, I know so many people that wants to learn this industry because it's cool. I always like doing videos and stuff like that. I just never really, you know, focus on it like you did. But again, I focus on other things.
Yeah,
which,
maybe we could do more stuff like go and do Q&As on the street of like random people, social experiments, you know?
Yeah, I'll definitely be.
Because there's a video that came out, would you take cash or crypto? And he's just telling people in Miami, and they're like, cash, some say crypto.
Yeah.
Just do these experiments. I would love to see you win. You know, cross-pollinate. I don't think that, you know, the earth is abundant. You know, this is always regenerative.
Yeah, well, another thing I was talking to some people this week about, and this is for everybody to think about. My brother-in-law, right? He's also from Brazil. He came from a city in Brazil that it has about 7,000 people. 7,000 people, right? Charlotte, with everything around, you know, Union County, Kannapolis, whatever, everything, it's about 2 million people, right? So 7,000, 2 million people. But out of those 7,000, he don't know everybody in that city. Like, he probably knows like 5-10% of those people, maybe. So think about here in Charlotte, we have 2 million people like around us. That's a lot of people for you to reach out, a lot of people to like, you know, if you feel like, you know, oh, I'm not doing enough, there's enough people there for you to do it. Like, go after, go get in front of like 100 people, 200 people.
What's your opinion on it's not what you know, it's who you know? Like, what do you think about that?
What you know and who you know?
It's not what you know, it's who you know. As far as a network, what do you think of that?
It's funny because you bring that up. The very first person I talked about that and learned a little bit about that was Zico. What's up, Zeke?
What up, Zeke? What up, man? I hope you're watching this. Zeke,
this guy, you know Zeke back in the days.
He's an angel.
Yeah, when we were working at SHIMA,
mentor.
He was the guy that was, you know, wherever you want to be at, you want to go to wherever club or blah blah blah. Restaurants, he had the contact. It's like, and he says it's about who you know, you know. And then I remember us, you know, 18 years old, getting into the clubs because of Zeke, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause he knew people. So yeah, it definitely helps. Yeah, it definitely helps knowing people and who you know. It definitely get you further, but it won't get you any farther if you don't
do your own research.
Do your own, or like say you gotta, to help somebody, they gotta want to be helped.
Yeah.
So as long as that person want to be helped or they want to know, they'll do it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up soon. I would say let's hit one more topic. Is there anything we missed? We've had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about personal.
Yeah.
We talked about personal growth. We talked about influencers. We talked about crypto. I would say so. With the people that follow you on your crypto stuff, I really find it encouraging that people, when I meet them in like an art show, they're like, when should I buy crypto, Ivan? I watch your stuff. And I give them real advice. That's encouraging to you, I bet, when people hit you up on the gram or in real life. Like, because we're low-key like brokers.
Yeah, we are.
And we have to leverage ourselves now to become brokers and work off percentages. I think we can really do that.
Yeah,
you know, the space is wide open.
Yeah, we definitely can do. And to tell you the truth about that, what my opinion is to everybody, it's, as right now, you could buy it with no worries. Like I said, Litecoin.
But if they want you to manage this stuff, there's a fee for that.
Right, yeah,
You know?
of course.
Like if you're managing it and your team is doing that, that's where I'm saying they could get to.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, once you get to that point, I mean, we also know a lot more, and but I feel like it could be soon, man. It could be soon, but yeah, once the people really want to start investing, they want to look into us. You know, maybe you and I.
Maybe we talk about that sometime.
Yeah, you know, coming together, because I have a lot of people that ask me about, and there's people that has a full-time job. They're not gonna quit the job to come learn this and that. So, but they want to put their money somewhere, which we could definitely,
of course, get a contract.
Get a contract.
You know, get all the legal things right.
Yeah, and then you know your percentages do as much as we can guarantee you. Of course, we can't guarantee percentage on the crypto world, but there's profits to be made. There definitely profits, and then it's a good time to get in, learn about it, and go for it.
Absolutely, but it does encourage you hearing people.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I do have
getting more interested.
Few followers. Yeah, and then people just showed up, like people. I mean, back in 2017. Not many people really like, you know, hit me up for it. Now this time around, a lot more people are like, oh look, he's still doing that. Exactly. It's something, you know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people are talking crap. You know what I mean? Like, I could make more money on selling sneakers, and I get it. But there has never been no asset class that has had the amount of exponential like growth as Bitcoin.
Exactly. Exactly. So it is our future, I would say.
What do you do when economy does crash or the dollar does? You know, we have trade wars talking. We have tariffs now. We have a lot of different bubbles. Yeah.
See, that's the one thing.
Are you prepared, or?
That's one thing. Sometimes I kind of I like to keep up with it, but I don't want to keep up with that so much that it makes
consumes you.
Or it makes me interfere with what I have for the future, right? Because we don't know what's really going to happen. And last time we had a recession, 2008. I was young enough that I didn't have to pay no bills, so I don't know what's that like, you know. So I feel like once that comes, it's gonna come eventually. Once that comes, it's gonna be another learning curve in life. Which you always could prepare yourself for it. Which right
it seems
now,
to me like you're storing up resources.
I mean, it's right now, like you said, preparing yourself for it is what, like nowadays, if you talk to anybody that's been through one of those, a recession or anything like that, the main thing they're gonna tell you is have cash. Whatever money you can save, whatever you have. For example, my client that also invests in crypto, back in 2008. I mean, he's older, right? So he's already has like a foundation that he built on his own, which I respect that a lot. He purchased houses when the market went down for $70,000, $80,000, which nowadays we're selling those same houses for
300, 400,
250. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, think about that. But he's smart. He had cash when he needed to have cash. Whenever you have cash and things go down, that's how people make money. You buy low, sell high.
My advice to the people who are working at McDonald's or like you know, shoe warehouses, like save your money. You know what I mean? Don't blow that out and going on every night. Don't buy all this lavish things. Live in your means. Be minimalistic for even if that takes 2 years, and then take that cash and put it in good investments. And especially, there's ways out.
Especially I feel like there's a lot of what happens too is phases, right? Phases and ages. For example, we're in an age now that we see that, but I've been there too, that I was 21, 20, 22, making good money where I was at and spending it. Why? Because you always have the mind, oh, I'm gonna have it tomorrow too. But you got to start thinking, what if you don't have it tomorrow? That's where you got to come in, like you say, and figured out a way to save money. You know, there's ways to save money. There's definitely ways to save money.
There's a major quote that I love. It says, "A wise man learns to his mistakes. A wiser man learns from the mistakes of others."
Yes. So. Be a listener. Like, for example, we're 27, 28. I had opportunities in life before, which I know I could have been in better places now, but sometimes you don't see it as it's happening. So whatever opportunity you have, like even it's small, think about us coming here today. This is an opportunity that I'm having, which I don't know what this could turn into. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe this shit gets like 5 million views, and you never know.
Abracadabra.
But I could have either stayed home, or went to do something else, or I could have came here, or so it's go out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just do it, act on it.
Be patient with this market, y'all. Be patient with the market.
Be patient with the market.
We'll probably do another video when this thing booms.
Yeah, we'll do a few other videos, other things too. I'm always open to.
Awesome.
I can talk.
Until next time, bro. Thanks for being on the show.
Good to see you, man. Cool.
That was good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah?
It's a good combo.